So, I started watching this documentary last night about Charles Darwin.
Yeah, was it any good?
It's okay. It's a documentary.
Documentaries could be good. You ever see Planet Earth?
Like the TV show.
Yeah, the TV show.
Can TV shows be documentaries?
I don't see why not.
I always just thought documentaries were like movies, filmed on location.
Movies can be filmed on location.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
So those Animal Planet shows of like the Australians fighting alligators, what are those? Are those documentaries?
Of course not. That's reality television right there.
So Planet Earth, is that a reality TV show?
No, that's still documentary TV.
Okay, so I guess so. Anyway, this Charles Darwin documentary, guess what?
I got it. He was a woman the whole time.
What? No, why would you say that?
I mean, you asked me to guess.
Anyway, just listen. Turns out Charles Darwin never earned his PhD. Yeah, he got honorary degrees from Cambridge College, but he never actually defended a thesis.
Really? So Charles Darwin, father of evolutionary biology, no PhD? Wonder why.
Well, the first and foremost reason was that he hated college.
But didn't he go to like med school?
Yeah, because his father forced him, but then our boy Chuck dropped out and majored in religious studies.
It's ironic.
I think it's pretty unironic, actually.
How so?
Well, that's what molded his mind. Religious studies, Christ College, along with William Paley, I think.
Billy Pales, huh? Really?
Yeah, William Paley, natural theology.
Really? Natural theology? What's the full name again? The evidences of the existence of the deity?
Evidences of the existence and attributes of the deity, yes, the very same.
You know, back then, like evolution was like the 8th deadly sin, like the 10th through 13th circle of hell. Charles Darwin was the devil incarnate. The origin of the species is the direct opposite of natural theology.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
You know, it says something when all of these great minds dropped out of college, like what we value versus what the world actually values.
What do you mean, like Bill Gates?
Like Gates, Zuckerberg, etc.
I mean, I don't know about that.
What don't you know about?
I mean, people always make up these great fairy tales about these celebrities who dropped out of college and still found success to tell to uneducated people.
So, what's wrong with that?
What's wrong with that is it's incomparable. These people who dropped out, they had other things to do. They had better things to do. It's not like they flunked out of school.
I mean, they follow the same arc. It's inspirational, like rags to riches.
No, they're not. You're trying to turn these people into some kind of anti-establishment redemption story. But the truth is, both Gates and Zuckerberg, they didn't leave Harvard until they were certain that they could do so without repercussions. Same with Darwin.
I don't understand why you are being so reductive.
I'm not being reductive. I'm just saying that these people weren't some kind of like starving artists. Darwin was filthy rich, and Gates and Zuckerberg dropped out of Harvard. In order to drop out of Harvard, you have to first be able to get into Harvard.
So what, they just followed the tech giant's handbook and boom, instant billionaire?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that it's naive to attribute all their success to their drive and hard work. I mean, greatness isn't like something that's thrust upon you or something you have to work for. It's either you have it or you don't.
Well, that's where you're wrong. Darwin was labeled a degenerate by his father and an idiot by his teachers.
Yeah, so what?
Therefore, he's not comparable to a Zuckerberg or a Gates. But I digress. That's not the point.
Is there a point?
So take a look at Facebook. Facebook wasn't just a social media platform, was it?
I mean, it was, but I suspect you disagree.
Facebook was a whole cultural phenomenon.
Sure.
See, there it is, the point.
Please, Aaron, guide me to this point.
Darwin was not a good student. He wasn't a prodigy like Einstein or Newton. He was more of a spoiled brat than anything else.
I mean, I'll concede he wasn't a natural-born student, but he didn't have to be. He was rich, like Gates and Zuck. He had a fallback plan.
Don't be so skeptical, hear me out. He wasn't a pure academic like you say, but he also wasn't pragmatic. He was like Da Vinci, Bob Dylan, Steve Jobs. He was very thoughtful, and he was free, and he was inspired, and he wanted to share his ideas with the world. Darwin was an artist.
Huh.
Think about it. He wasn't just a scientist, he was a philosopher.
Okay.
As much as Plato or John Locke or Karl Marx or the Wachowskis, and his sphere of influence extended beyond science into culture, theology, politics, you name it, he's everywhere.
Like Rockefeller.
Like Rockefeller? Like Rockefeller?
Yeah, Rockefeller. Yeah, like Rockefeller, Carnegie, social Darwinism.
Yeah, exactly. Darwin was one of the few people in history to shake up the foundation of society. One of the capital G greats. You don't see those anymore.
You're right, they're in short supply.
There's like Ben Franklin, Aristotle,
You.
Jesus, and Darwin. And he wasn't even a PhD.
He didn't marry his cousin, though.